Alright, this will be an overview of the German Jagdpanzer 4 Tier 6 German tank destroyer. Now this comes after the Stug 3 and it's a predecessor to the Jagdpanzer. A little bit about this. It was based on the Panzer IV chassis. As you can see, the road wheels under it, and it was actually it was designed to be a replacement for the Stug 3 by the German Army in World War II, and this actually was against the wishes of Heinz Guderian, which was Germany's main general over the panzer divisions. And while it was designed as a replacement for the Stug 3 tank destroyer assault guns, it never was a full replacement because the Stug 3 stayed in service throughout the war. We'll look at this. When you first get this, it comes with the L48 75mm L48 main gun, and these are the other options you can have. I've got it with the 88mm pack L56 main gun, and you can go with the L70 75mm as well. A little higher velocity, cheaper ammo, but it's kind of hard to match the power of the 88mm round in this tier range. Look at a few. Look over the model, then we'll check out some specs. I do like the way Wargaming Net, the designers achieved the actual look of cast metal on the mantlet of this, and the welds and all. So highly detailed models they use in this game. We'll look over the specs, some weak points, engine information, and location. And some specs for the 88mm L56 gun. Radio location. Ammo storage. Mostly in the sides. You've got just a little bit stored down in the front here. Lower right. And your crew placement. And here's the armor thickness. Decent armor on the front, lower glacis plate, weak point, little weak area on the top of the gun mantlet. Then the sides and top, of course. So once you get notification you've been spotted, it's time to start moving. So you get a couple artillery shells on top of you, that's the end of it. We'll take this and run it into the proving grounds. See it in action. look at the rotation speed, which isn't bad for a vehicle of this size and a turretless tank. Decent sloped armor on the front. Fairly low profile also, so concealment's not horrible. I don't use this one quite as much. All I have equipped is a camo net. When I was working on getting the Jagdpanzer, I did have a binocular telescopic sight on here, but I sold that to help purchase the Jagdpanzer.
Camo net deployed. Good clean hit. Loaded and ready. That's gotta hurt. Good clean hit. That got him.
I'm surprised we had knocked this guy out already.
Enemy vehicle eliminated.
And one thing about some of these German tank destroyers, you'll notice the gun is mounted off-center to the right. That was made to allow greater traverse of the gun, because you can see you're limited to the right side. But you got a little more room to swing to the left. That's the opposite in the Hetzer, because the Hetzer you're limited to the left, but you got greater room to the right. But on these, since you can't really be hull down with these because your gun is down in the lower hull, you're taking cover. It's easy to place your tank destroyer like this. You cover at least half of the front of your armor. If you want to be actually, I guess, hull down, you'll need to find smaller rocks and elevation changes in the ground, like this little bomb crater over here. It's not probably not deep enough to make any difference, but we'll look at it. Of course, if you get too low and have the angle off, you'll expose your top armor. Those guys being elevated this in an optimal position. But if you're shooting, if you're on level terrain with your opponent, then this will give you an even lower profile. We can decapitate his commander.
That's another kill for our team. We're capturing the enemy base.